What is going on with YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. Undisputed full round gameplay. First of all, it feels so good to say undisputed. Hindsight, the name change was necessary. All right, man. So we got Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer. I hope he nicknamed himself that because that's questionable. I'm gonna leave that alone. Versus Carl Froch. Now, Boxing Fanatico is Nigel Benn. Boxing Fanatico's YouTube was so dope. ESBC said, "Come on board, bruh." Like, his YouTube was so good, they hired him. He's using Nigel Benn. I don't know who's using Carl Froch. Let's talk about this gameplay. I'm gonna give you some impressions, and this video is gonna be long. First of all, leave a comment, man. Let me know what you see in this video. You know, I missed a million things. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Overall, I like it. This video has a general theme. Basically, Boxing Fanatico, if you go to the video, the original video, he's giving you his thought process on how he's approaching somebody who comes out super aggressive. The tools, techniques that Undisputed has to combat against somebody who's super aggressive. That's the idea of this video, and it works, okay? It's just, you have a lot of tools at your disposal. People are going to come out online and play exactly the way Carl Froch is. They pay for the game, let you throw punches, people gonna throw punches. And you have a lot of tools to just basically disarm them, and the video is showing that off. Now, Carl Froch does have maybe a little bit more success than I would like to see with this strategy, but I did put the video in slow-mo. Nigel Benn works some more than I thought he does. Nigel Benn lands some outstanding combinations. Maybe we'll slow down a couple, look at him. Look, strap in. This video is going to be a long one, I think. I'm going off the cuff, but I've watched it quite a few times. I like a lot of things that Nigel Benn is doing, but primarily his success is due to Carl Froch's stamina. Carl Froch is just throwing too many punches, and he's missing too many punches, and Nigel Benn is making him pay. Now, surface level overview, not breakdown yet. Graphics. Look, we talked about a downgrade. That doesn't appear to be true. I think the downgrade or the problem with the graphics that we were getting in the Bud Crawford trailer was the lighting. It appears something, I don't know. But when the lighting is good and there's sweat, it looks as if it has always looked. I don't think there's a graphical downgrade. I don't know. They're fighting in some CompuBox Stadium or something along those lines. It looks like a gymnasium, and there's basketball hoops. They didn't even have the decency to put the hoops up. Carl Froch and Nigel Benn have definitely taken a step back if they're fighting in a facility like this. But yeah, looks like the lighting is almost like there's some windows inside the gymnasium. I don't know. Looks good. Game looks good. Don't want to harp on graphics. That's the least of our worries. Graphics look good. One glaring omission: there is no referee in the ring. We had a referee in the ring. All of a sudden, he took this fight off. My suspicion is they're having problems with the referee. Last time we saw the referee in the ring, he had took the fight off because he was just in the corner. He wasn't doing anything. So far, the gameplay itself hasn't really warranted a referee. The only thing that we've seen that we would have needed a referee to do is stop the fight. I haven't seen any clinching. Is there a clinch system? I thought they said there is one. Even that infighting system. You remember that video where they showed off the gameplay and they had that sepia color gameplay and there was this inside fighting system? We haven't even really seen that. Does that still exist, or did they scale that back? Because I always wonder how they were going to incorporate that that inside fighting. I even made a video about the inside fighting. So the referee, we really don't have a need for other than authenticity. He has to be in the ring. It's boxing. You got to have a referee in the ring. But my hope against hopes is that at the very minimum, he stops the fights in real time. I absolutely want to see fights stopped in real time. No cutscene. A guy can't defend himself. A guy's taking too much punishment. Whatever the case may be, I want to see the referee get in between the fighters, hug the one guy, wave it off. Maybe he complains and wants to fight on. Maybe he just accepts it sometimes. I'll wild out if I see that in the trailer. So no referee. I just think they can't quite get it right yet. Maybe they're ambitious on what they want to do. I don't know. But here's some things that I really like. Let's start breaking some stuff down. I'm really liking the stamina situation, right? Because Nigel Benn has success, but Carl Froch consistently punches himself out. This video started in round 2. We didn't get a round 1. Round 2, his stamina was already drained. Now, it appears, and I can't say this for sure, but a lot of Carl Froch's punches are not even making contact. Like, Nigel Benn's in the corner and Carl Froch is in the middle of the ring, basically shadowboxing himself at times. It appears that your stamina may reduce faster when you miss. We've always heard fighters say missing takes more energy than landing. So at the beginning of this fight, he has punched himself out so bad. He throws a jab that's so slow. I'm like, this could not have been mocapped. I don't know where this animation came from, but I do like that people ain't gonna be able to get online and fight like this. They're saying, do not do this. And if you do this, there are plenty of techniques that stop you, but you're actually fighting against yourself by fighting and spamming and mashing buttons. So I love the stamina drain. Another thing I like is the blocking. I just like the way the punches are grazing off the gloves, the elbows, the shoulders. The Philly roll is really the Philly shell is really blocking those body punches. Look, boxing is not some perfect sport where every time somebody blocks, you hit them in the gloves. Sometimes you hit them in the forearm. Sometimes you hit them in the elbow. Sometimes you graze the gloves. They have that. They showed it grazing the inside of the glove. So I love the physics and the way that's working. It makes the fight look a lot more authentic. Even though it's not highlighted in this fight, I also like the footwork. You don't have to highlight it for me to notice it. The way they're turning, the way Nigel Benn is getting out of the way of things, the way he's pivoting, turning, it looks really good. Like, he makes a move and I'm like, oh, okay, this footwork is legit. It don't even have to be the forefront. It's foundation. It's built into the game. I really do like that. Now, one thing that just kind of brings you back to reality, like, oh, this is a video game, and this has nothing to do with them. It's just the way video games are going to be. But there's a lot of simultaneous punching that don't happen in real life, so it kind of brings you out the immersion. There's no way to prevent that. People are playing video game, they gonna punch at the same time, and it's kind of hard for the video game to determine, well, who's gonna connect. It's almost like a 50-50 on whose combo is going to land, who's not. But you can't prevent that. But when you watch boxing, normally the action is back and forth instead of at the same time. So there's a lot of simultaneous punching, and how could you stop it? You can't. So that kind of brings you back to like, oh, okay, but I just want to know how the game is going to handle all these simultaneous, we're punching at the same time. It does happen in real life, but that's how you get a lot of knockouts. When people punch at the same time, somebody's getting knocked out. But if we still talking about punches, we're going to talk about something I do like, and that's the variety. There seems to be a large variety of punches, and that's really bringing authenticity out in this game. That's really bringing this game to look like real boxing, that there's not just like 4 or 6 punches that all come from the same angle. There appear to be modifiers. They're being modified based on distance, how far you are from the fighter, and that's what's really making a game look realistic. But the part I like is from a foundational level. If you have accurate punches and inaccurate punches, then you can really hone in on a fighter's accuracy stat. Their accuracy, not ability, but their accuracy rating can really make sense. I don't feel like we gotten that in video games. I've always felt like in these boxing games, these punches are programmed to follow wherever the other boxer's going. They're almost like heat-seeking punches. But no, these punches appear to be able to miss by a landslide. So if you have a super accurate fighter, you can showcase it. I'm loving that. Now, one thing that might have been lost in this video and something I was concerned about was nobody got hurt. And I'm actually glad. I was getting a little concerned that it was going to be so back and forth that 1 minute somebody's going to be hurt, the next minute the other person was going to be hurt, but nothing really crazy lands. I mean, I guess some of these punches are pretty clean, but there's no haymakers. So, yeah, that's good that there was nobody in serious trouble in this round. At the minimum, Carl Froch, look at his stamina. He is going to round 5. He's not going to be able to throw a 3-punch combination. But I just like that we didn't see a whole lot of back and forth. He's hurt. Oh, wow, he's hurt. Like, yeah. I mean, we saw counters. We seen the screen flash, shake. It ain't as bad as I thought. The screen flashing is still not a fan of it. It's not bad. And it is okay. Let me admit, because I've been harping against this since fight night. It is a way to show that the punch did serious damage, right? Because graphically, it seems like the game ain't really capable of showing how much damage a punch does unless you put some special effects on it. So maybe I'm coming around to the flashes and the shakes, but I just want to. I wish it was a little bit more gameplay visual than the special effects. All right, so I got one more thing. I was going to end the video, but we're going to tie it in a bow. I know y'all like, damn, Dave, this video long. What is this, a podcast? Hey, maybe I'll create an Undisputed podcast. That would be fun. Who's down? All right. So we've seen the boxity box style kind of reign supreme in this game, right? And the pressure fighter kind of is like the spammer for the most part. But if they release another gameplay video, I know a lot of y'all think in the simulation sports community that the way Nigel Benn is fighting is simulation, the way Carl Froch is fighting is not simulation. That's incorrect. The game is just supposed to show what would happen if these two fighters fought in the styles that they're fighting in. That's the only thing simulation means. But I kind of want to see what tools you have as a pressure fighter. We've seen the loose footwork, all the movement, stick to jab, everything, get in, get out. That's great. What about the guy who has to fight on the inside? You got all these fighters on the roster. Not all of them are boxity box. You know, I know a lot of people like this style because it kind of shows you how you're going to deal with spammers online, people who are just pressing buttons. But I want to see the pressure guy. I want to see the tools that pressure guy. I want to see the inside fighting, making people uncomfortable. I want to see the flip side of the loose footwork Philly shell. Do they have it? I don't know. I would like to see it if they do. So, look, get active in the comments. What do you guys think of this gameplay? I'll say right now, if this game landed on my desk, from everything I've seen, the way this round played, I'm going to have a good time with this game. If the game plays like the round I'm watching, I'm going to have a good time. Now, I got slow twitch reflexes. I'm not good at like games where you need fast reflexes like a boxing game, and they're getting worse over time. But I'm going to have fun just trying to figure out technique, styles, strategy. Somebody's doing this. What am I going to do to counter it? What am I going to do to compensate for my slow twitch reflexes and try to get some dubs online? Look, I need this gaming PC in the worst way because I feel like this game is on the way. Get active in the comments, man. This game is looking... I'm just as excited as I have ever been. I know people are kind of out on it like, oh, it's taking too long. Nah, not for me. Take your time. This game is looking better every time they show it. I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.